Now moving into day 5, the Illinois towns hammered by last week's deadly tornadoes are continuing to sift through the rubble and devastation. In
Fairdale and in Rochelle, people chipping in to help residents like 71-year-old Beverly Richardson. Her home was torn apart, and now it's a race to find special keepsakes like family jewelry and old photos. Richardson's having some luck recovering her 8th grade graduation ring. She also found another ring she bought when she was in her 20s. But Beverly's most precious recovery, a gift from her late husband.
When my husband was in Vietnam, he wrote me letters, and I'm a sentimental person, and I kept every one of them, and I had them tied on a ribbon, and I had them in a paper box. And my nephew or somebody came and he handed me this box and had all these letters in it.
Oh, that's touching. Richardson and others in the area have about 2 more weeks to go through all the debris if they want it hauled away by the county. Well, no doubt it'll be a long, long road to recovery there. But hundreds of people are doing their part to help those people out. A fundraising campaign by the village there has already started and they've raised about $40,000 for nearly 600 people. Fox 32's Anita Padilla is live in Kirkland this morning with the latest on the recovery efforts there. Anita, I'm sure you're hearing some big stories.
It really is, you know, and that is an example of the big hearts that people have here in the Kirkland community for the Fairdale folks. And this is another example, too. All of these donations that came in over the last few days, and there's just so much of it. And so many people lost their homes, there's really nowhere to store it. So they're taking all of these donations and moving them out of the fire district building, and they're taking it over to the bus barn where people can go in if they need them. Joining me live right now is Ed Silvers. Thank you so much for joining me. You are a victim of the tornado. Your home is still standing at this hour, but you spent last night in your home with no electricity, but I should say it was generated electricity.
I've got 3 portable generators.
Yeah.
People have been so kind, friends of mine coming down and helping. I've got one to operate half of an electric hot water heater. So that was the big thing. Once I got hot water, then I could stay. One for my well pump. And yes, we're off the grid at this point.
How strange is that for you to have your home there in the middle of all that devastation and to see your neighbors with homes that are flattened and they're going through their belongings and grabbing whatever little thing they can, and here your home was untouched? It's in some way it's got to feel like grateful, but yet feel sad in seeing all these other folks with the pain.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, my house was touched, but not in comparison. A lot of people have sticks and twigs. The landscape has changed. A couple nights ago was the first night I stayed, and after being there for 35 years, it's the first sunset I had seen down to the horizon. But it was eerie because there's no houses in the way. It's just trees that are left standing and a big Caterpillar heavy equipment in the middle. It looked, it was just devastating. It's hard to put in words.
Wow. Ed Silvers, thank you so much for sharing your story with us this morning, and hopefully you and your neighbors can rebuild, and we'll see. We'll come back a year from now and we'll see a different Fairdale.
Sounds great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, that is the latest here from Kirkland, where hearts are big. Anita Padilla, Fox 32 News, back to you.
So many stories just like that one.
It really is.
Yeah. It's